You're watching a show that's bringing you hot topics, interesting conversations, a little tickle here and there, and what's going on around H-Town. We're Kouzins Kuttin Up, and we're not just kinfolk, honey, we're truly kinfolks. We're going to come to you and tell you a little bit about ourselves before we move on to the segments. First, we have Miss Javia. She's doing what she does best.
Hi, I'm Javia, mother of one who's almost one. This is Drew, and I will be bringing you the millennial topics.
Hi, I'm Erica, wife and mother of three, and I'll be bringing you different topics such as home entertaining, weddings and events, anything home and cooking related. So that's what I'll be here to share with you guys.
Hi, I'm Tina. I'm mother of five. I work as a receptionist at an elementary school.
Hello, my name is Carissa. I am not a mother, but I am a wife for 4 years. I'm also a registered nurse, and I'm also a retired performer. I've been on Broadway and I've done tours, so I'll be bringing you the entertainment spin and reviewing different things around Houston.
And I'm Sonia. I'll be sitting here letting them tell y'all what they do. No, just kidding. I'm a mother of three, one of which is sitting right next to me. She's my oldest. I am a recruiter by trade, and I have always loved to do talk shows and TV shows. That's always been one thing that I've wanted to do. So this is the time that I get to do it, and what other way to do it but with your family.
Hey.
So welcome to Kouzins Kuttin Up, where we're not just kinfolk. Like I said, we are true kinfolk.
That's right.
So the first hot topic I wanted to talk about, ladies, is it's kind of hot around town. One thing that came to mind is with us being such a big and close-knit family, and all of us are either married or have been in very long relationships, maybe some new relationships, but when your spouse or maybe your sibling doesn't get along with your spouse or your mother or your father, like, how do you handle that? Is it that we take our family side? Do we take our spouse's side? So, you know, and this all became about because in the news today, Kellyanne Conway, who works in the White House, her husband is having a beef with her boss. So I thought about that, and I was like, wow, within our family, what would happen if one of us got into it with one of our family spouses? Like, how do you handle that? Do you take your spouse's side? Do you take your family side? Or do you just kind of stay neutral? I mean, you know, what are your thoughts?
Well, for me, my husband and I have been together for this year will be 28 years. And we've always, in the 28 years, we've had spouts with, you know, each other's families or whatever. People disagree all the time. And the position I always took is I go with who was right in the situation. I try to be fair. So if my husband was wrong or if he felt like I was wrong, he would tell me, hey, you were wrong, you should apologize, you should do whatever. Or, you know, if they was wrong, I was always like, you know, you were wrong, and that's just how it is, you know. So being fair, I think, always works the best because people know when they were the wrong one in the situation, just be honest. So you always just have to go in with fairness first, I think. I think it'll work out better that way instead of just, if I know my husband's wrong or he knew I was wrong and he just took my side, you can't really resolve anything because now your family's always going to be your family and your spouse is your spouse. So, you know, you kind of have to kind of balance it a little bit. So just going into it with a little bit of fairness, I think, is always best.
Carissa?
I agree with Mookie, like, so to speak. Like, the fairness is important, but I think for me, like, my husband always comes first. Like, our net comes first. It's hard when it's like you have your mom or you have your husband, because I feel like I have two important people in my life, my mother and my husband. And so if one of them gets into it with the other person, it's going to be hard for me to, like, be like, okay, you know, I have to go with my husband all the time because my mom is also a very important person in my life too. So, I mean, when you take those vows and you say, I'm going to be with this person, we're going to be one, like, for me, it's important for me to just be, you know, go whatever my husband or whatever we feel like is the right thing to do. But I do feel like fairness is important as well. So it's kind of tricky. It's hard to really say, because the situation would have to be in front of me for me to know, like, okay, this is what I would do.
See, that's the thing. So I've had it in my face, like, okay, you gotta, you gotta really pick a side, you know.
It's hard. It's really hard, you know.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I agree with the fairness thing, but I will say
and
that
I've learned that from my husband.
Yeah,
because he's more
he's more fair.
Me, you know, and he's had to.
And my husband is like that too.
Yeah, he's had to put his mom in place. A lot of stuff. And,
Willa doesn't bite his tongue. Like, if you wrong, you wrong. Like, he doesn't care who you are. If it's me, he doesn't care. But at the same time, he's gonna stick up for me.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's hard to say.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So
the situation would have to present itself for me.
So basically, you're saying, you know, I ride with my husband.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
However, I agree with that. My husband comes first. I ride with my husband. But you can best believe when we get in the car or when we get home,
exactly.
I'm gonna cut it up.
That's
I'm gonna
right.
cut it down. You know, you was wrong for that X, Y, and Z. But I'm not gonna let somebody mistreat him.
Right.
You're wrong or something like that. And I expect the same from him. You know, don't try to cut me down in front of other people or, you know, tell me I've wronged somebody or whatever.
Right, not in front of other people.
But, you know, pull me to the side and let me know, hey, that wasn't the way to handle that, but always have, you know, that person's back, which I think is a good way to handle it. I mean, and JB, you're in a new relationship, so what would you say? I mean, because by you being my daughter, it's, you know, maybe a different situation. If you're with somebody and I don't agree with them or there's some words being said, I mean, how do you think you should handle that? Because it's different when you're married to somebody than when you're not married to them.
Right.
So what do you think?
So I would say right is right and wrong is wrong. And then at the same time, it's like, well, the Bible says your spouse is supposed to come first. So do you go with them because that's, you know, what you're supposed to do, or do you just fall back because your family's going to be there with, you know, you could divorce your spouse or whatever. So do you go with the person who you're supposed to be with, or do you go with who's going to always be there? I don't know. Because I mean, I've been in situations to where, you know, you may not like that person's spouse, but you're still going to respect them because, you know, that's your family's partner. So
it's just about respect, and it puts that person, you know, who's in the middle in a bad situation. So, you know, they're like, this is my wife or husband who I have to side with, but this is also my mama or my brother, you know what have you. So that person who's stuck in the middle is, you know, that's the person who will pretty much be like, hey, you was wrong, you know, you shouldn't have said this, and, you know, you said this here, you know, or whatever. So that's the one who's going to probably bring everything to the forefront and say, hey, let's cut this out and, you know, go ahead and move forward.
I mean, I would also say, like, your spouse is your family, so you know, what do you do? Like, because, you know, you have to still decide with this person, okay, you were wrong, but hey, mama, you was wrong.
That's right.
Like, so I feel like y'all should come together and decide to continue to be family, not when you walk around,
be adults,
you know, have that awkward situation, you know, just talk it out, and then, hey, this happened 6 months ago, we're gonna move forward, and, you know, continue to be a family.
What I've been blessed with, because I mean, for me, like, I would say my mother and my husband are both neutral people, so I've always I'm blessed with that, because although they may feel a certain way, this person may feel a certain way, they're not going to disrespect anybody else. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be like, okay, this how, they're going to tell me, this how I feel. You know what I mean? And so I will have to tell them, okay, well, you kind of wrong for that because X, Y, Z, you know, but they're not going to like make it to where, okay, you have to choose between me or this person, you know. My husband knows that's my mama knows that's my husband.
You got
my
dad.
And you do. So I mean, like I said, I've never been in a really hard situation with that, because if I was to be in that situation, it would really be a lot on me, because I love my family so much. Like, my family, you know what I mean? It's hard. It would be irritating. It would put a lot on me.
You know what? One thing about our family is I feel like we're pretty fair, and I feel like we're pretty forgiving.
We are.
Yeah, very forgiving family, because you can do some.
Sometimes it's a bad thing.
Sometimes.
Because it gets us in a
We are forgiving sometimes to a fault. Because we'll keep forgiving a person, or we'll keep bringing a person back into the fold, you know, and they keep doing something. And to be honest with you, the only reason I can't speak for y'all, I know we all family, the only reason I bring people back into the fold is because I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. So I'll go ahead and bring that person back into the fold, because, you know, if I had my choice, it'd be the shooting of the deuce. So I have an uncle who has a friend or something that I would really like for her to kick rocks, but we can't because we love him.
Yeah, right.
And we have to accept whatever he brings to the family, I guess, for the most part, is basically what I'm saying. So, speaking of...
Accept her from a distance.
That long hair, this long. At this point, yeah, I agree with that. But speaking of family, speaking of right and wrong, lately in the news, we've heard things about Jesse Smollett. We've heard things about, rest in peace, Michael Jackson. And we've heard things about R. Kelly. And we hadn't had a chance to sit and talk about the whole R. Kelly debacle. But most recently, R. Kelly has asked a judge to allow him, because R. Kelly's out on bond, has asked the judge to allow him to travel out of the country so that he can fulfill his agreement on 3 to 5 concerts that performances that he has already signed up for. Right. So we're talking about right is right and wrong is wrong. Do you allow a person like R. Kelly, who is out on bond, to travel to another country because he has work in the other country? Or do you say, no?
The law is the law.
The law is the law. And you don't get to do that because the normal guy who's out on bond, he can't even go
town if you want to.
He can't even go to California,
right? Another city,
without talking to a parole or probation officer. So, what are your thoughts on that? I mean, Kel still needs to make money. He has kids just like
we do.
Some of us have kids. So, I mean, do you bar him from that, or do you allow him to go and make money and fulfill his contractual agreements?
So he's not allowed to leave the country?
Well, no. If you're out on bond, you're not allowed to.
You can't go.
I say this. You can leave if the judge allows you to leave, but you can't just hop a plane with your good old passport
without getting the judge approval.
So the judge can't approve that.
Yeah, someone can't approve.
I mean, now if the court date is until a long time down the road, and the time has come for him to go and fulfill that contract, then what else he doing?
But what if you let Kels go and he's a flight risk? He get over there and never come back. What you gonna go? They go ask Mr. Saudi, can he come back home?
I don't think he should be able to go. I feel like he should be like, I don't feel like
everybody else,
because he's R. Kelly. He should, get back. Get a pass. It's like you said, the average, John Smith. Hey, you out on bond, you got to stay right here.
That's
I got
right.
to see him at 7 p.m. You have to call me. He's messed up and he needs to pay for his mistakes. Like, you can't just, I'm R. Kelly, I have work to do. You can find other work. Your lawyer, whoever, can get you out of that contract because of your situation, and you got to figure it out.
Well, let's be clear. I don't think Kel's gonna find no work in the U.S. I mean, because who's gonna really pay? Well, no, there's some people out there that will pay.
A lot of people.
People get bailing him out. I mean,
there's a lot of people
supporting him and supporting him still.
I ain't gonna lie, I still listen to the music. I mean, it be jamming.
Because I mean, with the whole even with Michael Jackson, because I was talking to one of my cousins as well, on my dad's side, and we were both like, listen, I'm not Xing out Michael Jackson. And I was thinking to myself, like, if I like R. Kelly's music, am I going to X out R. Kelly? Like, I don't know. That special, though, it just did it for me. I was like,
so here's the thing I thought was a very good point to make. D.L. Hughley, he was asked a question. He was on a TV show, and the question was asked to him, how can he separate the artist from the music? And he said, very easily, just like I separate the national anthem from America.
Yeah.
Which is very true. You have our black boys being killed over here, but you can still go to a sporting event and stand up and sing the national anthem. National anthem.
Yeah.
Now, and with that, I would say I agree. R. Kelly, by far, genius when it came to music.
Yes.
Unfortunately,
that's so sad.
I can't really listen to him the same anymore. However, I can still listen to Michael. Now, where my mind is warped within
that's
that,
what I don't know.
I don't know, but it's just.
I think it's intuition, you guys. I really do. Me wholeheartedly, because it's like when you know and you can feel that someone really did something. You know it.
Yeah.
And with Michael, when he had done his court cases and stuff, and they had said the guys that's trying to sue him now and going through this stuff, they said he didn't do anything. He got off. The FBI investigated. They didn't find anything. Now he's a black man. Let's just be honest with it. And so if the FBI had investigated you and they tried to find something and they didn't, I mean, at the end of the day,
Kelly, you have a clear
cut.
Hey,
and I think that's it, because you don't have. You've had people say, "No, we've done this for money." You know, you've had those instances where it put doubt in your mind. Because you're like Michael Jackson. I mean,
so are you saying?
Times.
But are you saying that Mike did not lie, or you believe Mike?
I believe Mike.
I believe Mike did not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if you say you believe Mike, but you don't believe R. Kelly,
Well,
because
there was
we had footage.
Yes.
You had a visual
That's what I'm saying. There's a clear
actually
cut, like,
doing.
okay. So should we believe Jesse?
I honestly, personally don't know. I need to see the court case and all the evidence.
Because I feel
I'm
like
confused.
we did
Hold up,
something
y'all.
happen, but it wasn't what.
But you didn't see the court case of what Kels has going on.
You didn't see the court case, but you see like
But you
now
see the
like
tape.
Yeah, you see the
You see
tape
that girl
and all of
flirting
the
with the
interviews.
phone.
Now
Yeah.
listening back to the words of the songs, it's like wow. Like,
And you know that he lied about being married to.
and it's like everybody has the same story.
Well, here's my take. I feel like R. Kelly's been lying since day one, because even when he sat and he talked to Gail, and Gail gave him that Negro please look,
Right.
Yeah.
Robert.
I feel like when she asked the question, have you ever? Gail didn't say today.
Right.
Gail
Ever.
didn't say last night.
Yeah.
Gail said, have you ever slept with an underage child? And he said, no.
Oh no.
And that was a lie.
That was a lie.
Because we're gonna roll back to Aaliyah.
She was married. You were married.
But here's the thing. I honestly feel like if you're going to condemn R. Kelly, then I'm gonna need you to bring charges on every damn body that was in that house.
That's
I'm talking
right.
about maid,
That knew
house
and that was
people,
making it happen.
yard-
That's
the
my
yard
thing.
man, the pool
The manager
man,
who signed off saying that she was of age.
the managers who went to the schools with him, pulling
Yeah.
these young girls, anybody that was at a party that seen girls that were too young, all of them need to be accountable.
Yeah, all the people that was on the
All
little
of them be
documentary.
accountable.
Yeah, the
Not.
one, yeah, that was
Crazy guys.
Even some of the girls said, "Yeah, I was with her when this happened." Like, so you know, like, and y'all know that y'all was too
A
young.
lot of
And
them
wait a
did.
minute, and Andrea Kelly too, his wife. Because she said she
But my thing with her is, I'm just gonna say this. I'm sorry. How are you married to somebody for that long, and you have no idea?
Exactly. That's why I'm saying she needs to
Come on now.
She has-
You just was that far away. She said he kept me in this chamber. He
Girl, bye.
I don't think so.
Because like she heard the
Like,
stories
come
just
on.
like everybody else heard the same stories in the media about him. So
Yeah.
like, how could you know? And then you
You know,
I don't know. I feel
they were both freaks. She was. She was a freak. That girl, the way she put her leg behind her head.
Oh yeah, I
and
saw
they
that video. Girl can dance though. Get it.
I'm telling you,
Yeah, but-
and like I said, when she said that he hog tied her, okay, y'all was doing some freaky
They was
shit.
doing.
He caught a good nut
Yeah.
and fell asleep on her. And bam, there you go. She hog tied instead of crying. Somebody get up, nigga, wake up. I'm still tied up. Please, shut up, girl.
Sometimes you
y'all about that now. We'll be right back. You're watching Kouzins Kuttin Up, honey. We're not just info. We are true kid folks. This month marks the 30th anniversary of International Women's Day, and the woman that I would like to bring awareness to, or just thank for her giving back her contributions to the community, to the country, is Michelle Obama. Recently, Michelle Obama came to Houston, and she did a tour, as you all know, on her book, The Coming. And none of us were able to make it except Erica. So Erica, can you please just give us a little information on how it was? I mean, we wanted to go so badly.
Yeah.
But
So jealous.
Oh my God, you guys! I have to tell you, even just walking up to the Toyota Center and seeing the big sign of her, it just made you so excited. Because myself and my best friend from high school, we went. She stayed online to get the tickets for us, and we were so excited. So we got there. The energy was just so good from the beginning. Everybody was just so excited and so happy and smiling and talking with each other in line to get in. And so we get in, and before it starts, she has this thing that comes up with her, pictures of her when she was young and growing up, and when she met Barack and all of that. And then when it started, it started with her talking, and it said, who are you becoming? And I just felt from all the women and people in the audience, everybody was just so, it was like a vibration in the room. And so when she came on stage, you guys,
wow,
goddess.
oh my gosh, she just, and we were on the floor, and we were kind of, not that far back, but far enough back, and she just radiated. I mean, she was just like, the energy she was giving off when she walked out there, from her silver suit, she had a silverish, grayish suit on, pantsuit, just casual and nice and elegant, and she started to talk about her book. And I've been reading her book, and I have it on Audible because I'm always moving around. It's hard for me to just sit and read, but I have it on Audible, and I listen to it all the time. And just to hear her go through the back story of what she was telling us in the book, and how she met Barack, and she was very she's very funny, but she's not trying to be funny. She's just funny naturally, and she has a very high emotional intelligence for people and her surroundings, and how she met Barack and how their relationship came to be was just so wonderful to hear. And even if you read the book and she went through a lot of stuff that was in the book, it was still just so good to hear her speak and talk to us just like we were all just girlfriends and people you've been knowing all your life. And she was just like so elegant, but so down to earth and real at the same time. And it's very rare to meet those kind of people or see those type of people anymore. And so her whole air about her reminded me a lot of Claire Huxtable, and how we used to love Claire Huxtable because she would read you, but she was always very loving and loving this. So it was just totally amazing. So when it got like close to the end, we were just like, oh my God, it's gonna be over, and I don't want to leave. And so people didn't even really want to get out their seats. People were trying to get out and move, and it was just, the whole evening was just a really fun evening with my girlfriend, but just listening to her and getting such an inspiration. It wasn't very like, inspirational, speechy, but it just gave you the feeling that as an African American woman that got to that point, it's no limit to what we can do. We can do anything. We can, start anything we want to start, be a part of anything we want to be a part of. We can actually find a mate that loves us and cares deeply about us. We just have to be mindful, and so she just put all that out there, and it was so nice to see people that I didn't know was coming. We just ran into people like, oh, I didn't know you was coming. And so it was so nice. We even stood in a very long line to get a t-shirt and didn't care. My feet was hurting me. My legs was cramping because I wore heels, and I probably shouldn't have. My husband told me not to wear heels, but I had to do it anyway. But people were dressed up. You know how we gonna be down.
Jenny coming.
We were out there looking good, and just everybody was smiling and happy and was so nice to one another. Even in the long line, it was crazy. People were still very cordial and sweet. And so I really enjoyed it. I was so grateful that my girlfriend had even called me and, was like, hey, you want to go to this? So I was like, yeah, I'll go, if we can get tickets. And we got those tickets, and it was just like, I was thinking to myself, we're not going to, child, please, that's going to be sold out. She's like, I'm online. And she called me and said, I got the tickets. I could have just fainted. I was like, I was so excited, and I was glad that I got to go. I wish that we all could have went together. My mom, and I really wish my mom could have went, because a lot of times I think she misses out on a lot of that kind of stuff. And so I've been wishing that she could have went with me or whatever, but it was just amazing. And if she comes back or do anything, I want to go, because that's something that you should see. That's one thing I think is well worth the money spent to experience those types of things. And at the beginning of the year, I did a vision board, and on my vision board, I put on there things like experiencing the finer things in life and doing things that really feed into me, and so that I can birth it back out and to do other things for other people. So I think just going to see her kind of really enforced that. It was one of my things that I didn't think I would get to do, but when I look back on it, I say I put it on my vision board. And that's why I think it's so important to do vision boards or put down goals at the beginning of the year, because you can manifest those things so easily just by putting it out there and speaking it, you know, and bringing it into your life. So anybody who hasn't seen Michelle, try to go see her. Try to find, I know it's people that recorded a little bit of it. Try to find it on YouTube or whatever, because it was a very good night. Everybody needs to see it.
Well, I just want to thank Michelle Obama for giving all that she has given of herself, of her husband, of her family. She's given a lot, and I want her to know that we are very thankful, very grateful. And although we could not make the tour, I do believe 3 or 4 of us in here have the book, and because I didn't make it, I recently went online and purchased the Kindle. One of my coworkers went, and he is a male, and he went and he brought a candle bag, and it said something like "Shine Your Light" or something like that. But it smelled amazing, and I am such a candle person. So I went online, and they said the candle won't be to me for 3 or 4 weeks. But I do have my order in. So again, thank you, Miss Obama, for all that you do. And speaking of such, Michelle has encouraged every woman to do your best to become whatever it is that you would like to be. And in becoming who you want to be, it brought me back to a conversation I've heard recently, and making me think about different places that we are in our life and how we as Black women can rise to any occasion. And in doing that, the word code switching came up. And code switching is basically when you change your vernacular based on your surroundings, meaning if you're with your girlfriends, you talk one way. If you're in front of your pastor, you may talk another way. And if you're in corporate America, there's a different way to talk. Not that you have to, but more than likely, your speech is a little different that way. I'll give y'all a funny story that happened to me. I was at the beauty shop, and I'm sitting in the chair, and my stylist was doing my hair, and I got a call about a job, and her and I were having a straight conversation. I believe we were talking about one of the cooking shows, and all of a sudden I get this call, and my voice slipped. Now Tina's laughing
so well.
Tina's laughing because Tina knows I will switch up on that butt in a minute. And so when I hung up the phone, she said, "Now whose voice was that?" And all I could do was laugh because it was funny, because I knew what she was talking about. And I think we all do it. I think every Black woman that's ever been in a room with somebody that, one, didn't look like her, or maybe there were different financial status or something, you felt like you had to talk and show yourself present, because a lot of times if you don't, people don't, you're invisible to them. So my question to you all, and especially to my daughter because she's a lot younger, is, have you ever had to code switch? And if you have, do you think it makes us as Black women less authentic because we're not being our true Black selves? And does it, give me a story. Tell me something funny. Let the audience know a little bit about when you've had to code switch.
I code switch like almost every day, all day, especially when I'm at work. Just because of the field I'm in.
Code switch.
I talk to customers like all day, every day. So, I have to, hi, good morning, no problem, anytime, But at the same time, I have some days I have like a really soft voice. Like, I'm not the loud African American girl. You know, people would think that, you know, all black women are just loud and here she comes.
Yeah.
So, but then like as soon as 5 o'clock hits and I'm off, then it's hey, what's up? You know, I'm back to
97.9.
Yeah, you know, my music, and I'm back to myself. But then as soon as I know 8 o'clock hits, you know, 8 to 5, it's on. So I do switch on and off. And at the same time, it's like I may forget where I am, and I'm just myself. I may not switch. Then it's like, oh, you know. Then I have to kind of catch myself. And sometimes it's like, no, I'm not catching myself. Like, this is who I am, you know.
Yeah.
So I think I switch all the time.
Yeah. I do. I mean, it depends. Okay, if I may start off, if I'm in a professional environment, I may start off talking professional like Susie and Becky. But once I start to get comfortable with you, the y'alls is coming out, and child please, all that is coming out. Yeah. So it's like, you just, to me, it just seems like whoever it is you're conversing with, you're having a dialogue with, if you know when you have to kind of stay professional because that's a conservative person, or they don't know about certain slang and things like that. But when you feel, I can kind of go there with that person. Okay, girl, I'm Chuck. When you hear, and let me tell you something. When a white, did I say this? Yeah. Okay. When a white girl when she says to you, girl, that's when you can go ahead and get real with her. I'm like, oh, okay. She said, girl, okay. Well, let's get with it. I'm serious, girl. But it's all about how comfortable you are with that person.
So you said you kind of got to feel your way through, see where you are, and then reassess the situation. Oh, okay. She like that too? Okay. All right. I get it. Okay. Eric, I know you code switch.
I do it a lot. I do it when I have to do things with my husband a lot at his job. He's in oil and gas, and we might have something we go to. But you know, then again, my husband's core people that he works with is not so much anymore because he's been there 22 years, so they kind of know us, and it's not as coded, you know, as switchy, as switchy. But in my business life, because I'm an event planner, when people call me that I have never talked to before, certain vendors that I've never worked with before, I switch it up real quick and let, you know, kind of keep it real professional. With clients that I've never met before, I'm just meeting, you know, and it's just like you're saying, once they start talking and they kind of how they flow is how I flow, and I'm a chameleon. I can do it any way you need it to be. So I kind of feel them out and see how it's going. I still stay very professional still because if I'm trying to get the job or whatever, but I go with how the conversation is going and how I feel them out. When I deal with people that are not African American, Caucasian people, Hispanic people, whatever, most of the time white people, I keep my switch on for a good while, you know, until we really get into it, you know, because you gotta make them feel comfortable, you know. So once we're very comfortable with each other, then we're good, you know. When I'm in the hospital, because I go back and forth. When I'm dealing with my doctors and things, I talk to my African American doctor way different than I talk to.
Really?
Yes, I do. Because she and I, my African American doctor, she and I, you know, we know.
Relate.
With them, I have to be very stern. I have to be very like, you know, I can't know what I'm talking about because unfortunately we don't get listened to as much as we should when it comes to our health. They play kind of
statistically true.
Yeah. So, you know, with the code switching, it also comes with that too, you know, kind of making yourself kind of be firm
and take it
seriously, you know.
I agree. And I honestly feel like, and I've talked to my daughter about this. I have a thing about, and I could be wrong, but I have a thing about women who have soft voices. Because I feel like you're not being heard. I feel like people look over you. I feel like people run, walk, storm all over you if your voice is soft. And in the beginning of JV's adult life, she had a very soft voice, like,
Yeah.
you know, very soft. And one day I just turned to her and I said, you need to put some bass in that. Because I didn't want people, she's already a tiny petite girl. And then you got a soft voice. People just trample all over that. And I'm like, no, put something behind that so people will listen. They'll listen to you and take you seriously. So I agree with that. Now you work in the medical field, Carissa. So I mean, but you know, do you and your coworkers
Well,
code switch?
I just want to say this first off. Black women are smart, okay? And I just want everybody to know. You know, we are the only people that have to turn it on and turn it off.
Yeah, right.
You know, so that just should let you know right there how smart we are. How there's so many places that we can go.
Yeah.
We can be over here talking like this, and then we could be at work and we could be talking to you like this, and what
That's
you need,
right.
and da da da.
Right.
You know, so
Communication,
it's
yeah.
just, and it's beautiful to me because I'm like, you know, I'm proud to be black because I can do so much.
Right.
Just saying.
Yes.
Yes. At work, I'm blessed right now because I work at a predominantly black facility, and it's literally the most beautiful thing in the world because I've always worked at places where I've had to code switch, where I've had to make sure that I'm taken seriously and I'm talking and I'm not, you know, giving you no slang, I'm not giving you no ebonics, I'm not doing none of that. I'm just talking to you and, you know, I'm being professional.
Yeah.
But now we can be in the hallway, we can talk like this,
Yeah.
and we can do an amazing job and give great care to our patients. And it's just like, I love where I work. Sometimes it's challenging. I'm not going to say like it's the perfect place to be. It is challenging because you're dealing with people that don't have, they're underserved community. So they don't have a lot of education. They don't have a lot of things that they're access to. So you have to teach them so much, and they're so disadvantaged. So that is the beauty of my job as well, because I feel like I'm actually doing something for people. I'm not working for people that have a lot of money and they know all this and they, you know, want you to wait on them hand and foot. I'm working for people that actually need me, you know. So that's good. But I mean, I will say that I've had to code switch in a lot of different settings. Luckily, when I did Broadway, I didn't feel like I had to code switch because I had like my managers and my music director, they wanted me to be me. Like, and that was a great thing too. It was like when I went in my audition, I remember my music director, I don't want to say his name, but he knows who he is if he's watching. He's amazing. He was like, turn off all that extra that you're doing and be you. Give me you. Give it to me like how you gonna do it at home. And like be as loud as you want to be. And it was beautiful. I was like, man, I can be myself. But there have been other situations when I was on tour where I felt like I had to code switch a lot, you know. And being in that show was like I was one of the only blacks, you know. So it sucks because I feel like we shouldn't have to do that, but we do because, you know, I guess I don't know why we do. I mean, and it's, I don't even know if it's scared of them. It's just,
no, you don't want to scare them.
You don't want to scare them, and you don't want them to feel, like Mookie was saying, uncomfortable. But then I'm like, why do I have to make you uncomfortable? Well, why do I have to make you comfortable with me? You know, like why can't you just be like, okay, this is a black person. Like I'm looking at you like, okay, this is a white person. Like, let's make each other comfortable. Yeah. I don't know. It's sad.
Yeah, and I think that's the biggest part is that one, we want to be looked at. We want to be taken seriously.
Yeah,
and we want a person to not feel uncomfortable. But it ultimately makes us uncomfortable.
Yeah,
to have to code switch, to have to fit in. But you know, my mom would always say, you got to be 2 to 3 times better.
Yeah,
than the white person, the average, the mediocre white person. You have to be 2 to 3 times better than them. So sometimes we have to do things that we don't like to do. But that's anybody, that's any race.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is, at the end of the day, I still know that I'm me. I still know that I can get the job done.
Yeah.
Whether I'm saying something one way or saying something another way. And evidently, you are still impressed with my culture because you're still trying to be like me.
Trying to be like me, yeah.
You're still trying to be like me. So, I just thought that, okay with her. I just thought that it was really interesting to know that I'm not the only one.
No.
And that all my life, I've been looked at like, did she just say that like that?
You put your white voice on.
Yeah.
And there's even that movie, I can't think of it, but the guy, he was like, you have to turn your white voice on. It was like he was working in customer service.
Oh yeah, my son.
I can't
loves that
remember
movie.
Yeah, he was like, you know, you can't just say, hey, you know.
So
Yeah.
everybody code switches, you know.
The guy
Yeah.
from Get Out, like he's in a lot of stuff. He's
I
in,
can't think of the name of the movie, but
The main guy to get out.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't the main guy.
the other one. But yeah,
You are not
Yeah,
drinking
it's
their water.
sad.
Put that
It's
down.
really sad.
Yeah. But I don't think that we're being unauthentic. I just feel like we have to adapt. We've always had to do that. Kind of
Yeah.
make ourselves kind of go with the flow and fit in and do the best we can do for us to progress. You
Yeah.
know. So if that's what you have to do to progress and to get to your end result of what you need to do that. Long as it's not hurting nobody, it's not you're not. My whole thing is, long as it's not changing how you think about yourself, how you feel about yourself, you're not doing it so you feel like it's
You're
something you're doing
coward.
better. You're doing, you're better than someone
Right.
else or the rest of your race or whatever. Hey, do whatever you have to do to kind of maintain. Because like my husband had the code switch years ago. Coming here from South America, when he got here, kids would always tease him about how he spoke because he had an accent. So he dropped his accent altogether. Now his family and his brothers still have their accent, but for him to get to where he knew he wanted to go, he dropped his accent so that people wouldn't just be talking to him to hear his accent. That's where it started. And I asked him why he never picked his accent back up. He was like, well, now where I am now, it probably would have hindered me from getting to where I am in my company. So he just kind of, but when he gets with his family, it creeps back out the older he gets. It creeps up. He'd be like, what'd you just say to me? I don't understand that language. But he has to do it too. Men do it, women do it. And I, as African American people, Black people, I think we all have had to do it at some point, And I just think it's sad that he had to change. I would love to have to be able to hear his accent full on like I hear his brothers, and his mom and whoever else. So I think we all have had to do it at some point.
I know I was gonna touch back on what you were saying, Sonya, about I don't know what y'all laughing at.
Girl, Drew.
Oh, Drew.
we got his water bottle.
Drew. Yes,
No,
cute.
it's so cute.
I was gonna touch back on the soft voice because I know for me, like at work, like my voice is deep, but I'm one of those people at work where I try to like be as neutral and cool as possible because I'm just trying to get my job done. And I think a lot of people take that as like pushover, like, oh, I can tell you anything, I can do anything to you. There's a couple other people in my job that are like that. Then there's a couple other people that will get with you for anything, and I notice they don't get treated, the way some of us do. And I notice that's like a big thing too. I feel like you have to like be more stern at work. You have to like put a little oomph behind yourself sometimes too, because I mean, and I don't know if that's a part of code switching or what, but I mean, it's not like black code switching or black, white, whatever, but it's more so like professional switching where you have to be assertive, if that makes sense, in the professional setting. And it's like, I'm like, why do I have to be somebody that I'm not? But at the same time, I want to be taken seriously. Because there's a show, The View, that I watch, and I love The View, another talk show. And there's a girl in there who is very soft-spoken, and I remember saying to myself, I don't take her seriously because her voice is so soft, and she's so, everybody else seems to like run over everything she says, and she talks so soft, and I'm like, man, is that a thing? Like, do I need to be more like stern? I don't know.
In that same show, there's somebody else who is very extremely vocal and extremely defensive and extremely
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Very off-putting.
all the time. And sometimes it takes me aback because had that been a black woman,
It would have been
honey.
She would have been.
She would be the angry black woman on
And
the
it's
show.
so sad.
And it's very unfortunate. And it's sometimes it's just off-putting to me. I'm like, it's too much. It's too much. Bring
It's
it back.
way too much.
I'm gonna come on, reel that back in a little bit. But so I understand, and I know the one that you said is soft-spoken, and they do. It's like she's talking, but she ain't talking.
She's not talking. Yeah,
And then there's one that you wish would shut up. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's a good balance. It's, I mean, even with us, it may be one that talks softer, or one that talks louder, or one that talks the most. It's, It's just the nature of the beast. But
I was your voice when I was younger. Because everybody else has a deep voice. And I didn't.
I never had a deep voice. Our family, the women in our family have deep voices. I've never had a deep voice, but I've never been soft either.
Yeah.
I've never been soft. If you come for me, I'm right here waiting on you. You know, that's always been my personality.
Yeah.
And not because I want confrontation. It's because I never want somebody to think they can take advantage of me. I mean, even when I was a young kid, I was like, no, you nice to me, I'll be nice to you. But you not nice to me, then we got a problem.
Yes.
You know? And so, and I'm still like that today. I just learned how to handle you. You know, I don't have to handle you by smacking you upside your head no more. I can handle you with words, you know, and I can handle the situation that way. And then, or I can handle it in the legal system, because the best way to your ass is to the pocket that I got. You know what
I
I'm
can
saying?
handle you by going above the chain of command. And I can go to my manager, and I go to your manager, and then your boss.
Exactly.
Yeah, I've had situations where I've had to do that recently, where I've had to do that, and it's like, well, I gotta do what I gotta do.
Gotta do
you know,
what you
because
gotta
you're
do.
not gonna take me seriously. Okay, well now I gotta show you that I'm serious.
Yeah. So I'm serious now about talking to my family, and Javia has a little something she wants to share with us, and something that she would like for us to all do with each other. Something that we've never done. What? She said that she pregnant. I said, what?
Any day now. Girl, no.
Any day.
Let us get.
Look at me. It's a different kind of TV show after that.
The only one.
Okay.
Our family, y'all have a baby. You finna have a baby.
It's Carissa's turn.
Yeah. But you know what I want to say about that code switching? Black people, just period, male or female, we're not one dimensional.
Yeah.
So if we do, have to code switch, we do a lot. Code switching.
Hair switching.
Yeah.
Booty switching. Dress switching. Lip switching. No, we don't do that.
Other people do it.
Yeah. But see, we just not. Everybody else is pretty much just there. We are here, there.
And that's why everybody wants to be like us.
Baby.
Like Mike Jones said, back then you didn't want me.
Now I'm
hot.
Been hot. Y'all just didn't want to.
Own up to it.
Own up to it. They always have.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
So
definitely.
What Paul Mooney said,
Crazy.
girl, he said, black people always dark skinned, look good. They never liked it. White woman go get it. Oh, your tan is beautiful.
and we've been black. Black.
Yeah.
Never liked it.
Yes. Put it on white and it's right.
Yeah.
Put it on black, get back.
Your family, like, as you know, we're all very close. So if something happens with, Erica on a Monday, by Wednesday we all gonna know about it. She didn't tell us, but it didn't travel. Just because.
Look on Monday evening.
In a few hours, we don't know. So I just feel like we have to. Don't try not to hold things in. It's good to talk about it.
Yes,
Problems with
internalize.
everyone. I'm not
That
going to
is
judge
exactly.
you because of what you did. I'm going to say, hey, I didn't understand it, but that's you. If you ever want to talk about it, I'm there.
Yeah.
So I feel like we should just talk about our highs and our, our lows, like things that we go through on a daily that we might not want to tell. I might feel like, hey, I don't want to know. So I just feel like, we should talk about things we go through on a daily, weekly, monthly. So like, hey, guess what happened to me on Monday? But then like, y'all, last week and this happened. Just so we can stay in the loop of,
So that's our name.
Yeah, nay. It's our A's and our nays.
Okay.
And don't hold back. Like,
So Javia, what's your A for this week?
my A for this week would be that I was able to purchase things for my baby's first birthday. Like, that's a good feeling. So it's almost been a year, and I'm able to, celebrate his year, and I'm doing it. So yeah,
Birthday twins.
yes, mommy's A.
What's
My
your name?
My name would be that I didn't go to church on Sunday, so I'm kind of having, you know, not a rough week. I feel like my week could have been a little bit better.
Yeah.
So that was my name, is that I didn't go to church, so I didn't get that one-on-one time to pray for me and Drew's, upcoming week. So I just know next week can't have this, I can't have the same nays like consistently.
Yeah, I got you.
So, yeah.
Carissa, what's your A?
My A. What's today? Thursday. I'm trying to remember what happened this week. My A. I mean, it probably gone for last week. I really had a good vacation with my hubby. We went to San Antonio. That was nice little retreat.
Okay.
And also too, I have recently. This is just off the cusp, but I've recently been diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis, and which is a disease, autoimmune disease, where your body's fighting your joints. And this week I haven't had no problems. I haven't had no problems. No problems. So, and I don't know what it is. I think it might be the sun that I've been getting, because they say that if your vitamin D is low, that you can have flare-ups. And I noticed since I've been in the sun, I haven't had no problems. So
Come on, God.
I'm gonna say that's my aim. I'm very happy about that. God is good.
Amen.
Yeah, he got some A's.
My A.
And mine. Oh,
Oh,
sorry.
go ahead. What's your name? No, you got your name.
My name would be. I had a rough night at work the other day. I don't really talk about my job a lot, with my cousins, my family. So this is a good time to open up. But I just had a rough night. Me and one of the doctors got into it, and it is what it is. I'm tired of people not taking me serious. That's why I was talking about the soft voice, and I don't know if I look young at work or what, but people just, feel like they can talk to me any kind of way. And so, I had to kind of get with one of these doctors, and it was in front of the patient. And what I hate is I feel like when a doctor's arguing with a nurse in front of a patient, and the nurse is saying something back, it looks bad in front of the patient, and I hate that. It really bothers me. So that was my nay. I had to go up my chain of command and talk to my manager about it and stuff like that. So that was my nay, but I mean, it's getting fixed, so it's probably going to turn into an 8,
Yeah.
But yeah,
I know.
Yes, ma'am.
that's my nay.
Tina, what's your A?
My A. I don't know. Well, tomorrow's Friday, so it may come tomorrow.
Are you still waiting on it?
Yeah, I'm still waiting on my A. Now, wait. Yeah, so I haven't had my A yet. It's probably going to be tomorrow or one day, the rest of the week. My nay. Honestly, I've been truly blessed. I haven't had no day.
Hallelujah.
Truly blessed. I was just praising God and just thanking Him for everything, whatever it is I've gone through, and I don't have nothing to really complain.
Come on, now.
That's good.
And I thank God for that, because baby, it was the time.
Yeah.
Baby, I was like, God, what's up? What's going on?
Yeah.
But now it's like I'm at peace, and I prayed for it too. I was like, God, I just want to
give
be
it
at
to
peace.
you. Want to give it to you.
Baby, it's good.
We'll give
It's
it to
good.
you.
Ask and you shall
receive.
Right on.
That's right.
Right on.
I'm
Erica,
trying
what's
to
your
tell
A?
So my A for this week is I started juicing. Right?
Okay.
They look good.
So I juice so much stuff, and I mean, it can take me a lot of time. I pulled everything out, I juiced everything, and everything tastes amazing. Like everything I bought was very sweet, very ripe, just perfect.
Good.
And so I juiced everything, I put everything in the refrigerator, and the biggest A is none of my people in my house to mess with it. So it can truly be for me.
Yeah.
For what I needed to be, because I wanted to try different combinations and mix them up and everything. So that's a big A for me.
Yeah.
I have to say, well, my name is I really still don't feel like. Last week I was actually in the hospital. I went back for something. I go back so often, and it's irritating me because I feel like the doctors are running out listening, or they're just afraid to do anything on me again. And I can feel something's wrong, and I feel like I'm not really being listened to. So that's the only nay I think. I'm just still feeling like I'm not really being listened to and given the quality of care that I really need to kind of rectify and get the issue taken care of, so I can keep getting better. I'm on that track, but it's just still this one little nagging thing. But I'm working on it. I'm calling who I need to call. I've gotten put in the a connection with someone that could help me find the right doctor. So, you know, it's a nay, but I'm working on it. I feel like sooner or later it's going to turn into an A. It's going to get fixed. I'm not going to worry about it. He could have took me almost 11 years. This would be the 11th year that I survived a very bad health crisis. So I'm still here. So it's just little things that come up that we got to keep working through. So it's all good.
Right.
Oh, and I lost all my hair. That was a nay. I lost all my hair, but
You cute.
that was you all lie.
Okay. You tried it.
You tried it.
Well, let's see. I don't, thank God, I don't have any nays this week.
It's good.
But I will tell you what. My A is we've started a new talk show, and I'm doing it with my family. So yeah, I'm very happy. I'm very excited about this. I'm hoping that we continue to share information with everybody, and we'll make them want to watch. So I just want to thank you for taking your time and checking out Kouzins Kuttin Up, where we're not just kinfolk, but we are truly kinfolk. And don't forget, if you're watching us on YouTube, hit the subscribe button so you can check us out every time we post a little something. Thank you again, and have a great night.